Hello, hello, and welcome to the cast, everybody who is joining. We are about to get underway with a playoff matchup between Froggy Style and Vibe Check. This is the first round, the wildcard round here. So we're going to get underway shortly, I'm sure. Just waiting on the code for the draft. Alright, let's get into the draft. No.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
Good, good, good. What two teams do we have here? We have
Vibe
Vibe
check.
Check and Frog.
Yes, Vibe check and Froggy. Do you I can actually just send you the code and you can just enter that way. Hold on.
Yeah, it's fun about them logging on right now.
I will ask them to move somebody down here in a second so you can actually get in. Where are you at?
I'm logging.
No, I mean like on Discord. There you are. There you go.
Is this the top side or the bottom side of the bracket?
Uh, this is a top side of the bracket. Let me add you as one of the casters real quick.
Uh, Resend
Um,
this
I'm gonna put.
tournament code. You sent me the wrong.
No, it's not the wrong one. It might not be working quite yet. I gotta get someone to move. Give me a second. Uh, can someone move to spectate? Okay. I do have to send you the draft link though, too. Actually.
No, it sent me to a different tournament game.
Are you for real?
Yes.
That is literally the
I
one I just sent. Okay. What's your name on league? Send that to me. Or actually, you can add me
uh
easier. Here you go. My name's easier. There you go. That makes literally no sense, by the way. Like,
yeah,
that's the one I
I have it.
just sent to
Now it put me in a
somebody.
tournament room by myself.
That's wild. All right, there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, draft is underway. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get set up here. Pretty standard bands though. Nothing I haven't seen
Yeah,
before.
I'm
Except for
looking
maybe
at
the
the
Kled.
PGGs for both teams.
The Kled's probably the most interesting band of them all. I know Froggy plays it, but still.
So, what groups were both these teams?
Vibe Check was a Group B team, and Froggy is a Group C team. Froggy coming out with a Sejuani. Froggy was the one that was Sad Boys originally, but Sad Boys left, so they got
Yeah,
replaced. Yeah.
I'm looking at the players, looking at the PGGs. It seems a relatively balanced game. There's not like really any huge like rank difference.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think the highest ranked player is, I want to say either Bori or think Bananasaur's pretty high. Isn't Bananasaur's Masters?
He's currently D1, but
Oh, okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I think those two are the
Zyra
highest.
Khan Sejuani. I do love seeing Rumble and Trundle lock in because I have no idea where either of those going. I'm assuming it's going to probably be Trundle jungle, Rumble top. Because Trundle is a very hard counter to Sejuani jungle, I believe. I think you can just ulti her and run her down without
Yeah.
in any hesitation.
So yes, it is a very good counter into her. The only thing is Trundle hasn't really been a jungler for a while now. I've seen him picked up a couple times recently where he seems okay, but due to the change the map had at the start of the season and everything getting longer and wider, it became harder for him to gank lanes like he used to be able to. So
That is true. His clear is not bad, and with grubs being delayed now, I feel like any champion can go jungle and still get to grubs being similar levels. So I think he's mainly just locking it in just to counter the Sejuani.
yeah, he's probably gonna just farm or look for literally free ganks. So when I say free, like the most free setups.
Yeah.
Pillar is broken. Don't get me wrong. A good pillar can certainly mess anything up here, especially when you have low mobility like Zaya. Um, Rakan obviously doesn't really care. He's got three ways to escape, but yeah, I put
And
the
the
pillar on Zaya into a
Jinx
Q,
and
could be doomed.
I really like this Braum pick. I love when supports don't insta lock in Braum and wait till the enemy support picks.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
good.
I
It's
feel like
good
if you lock
too.
in Braum into an engage, it's just so free. Okay, we see this pick. I was assuming with these Senna changes, we'd see a lot more picks this tournament.
Yeah, so I have a take on the Senna. I don't even think it's that good. I
I
I
don't think so
I,
either.
I think it's fake. Like I think you can play her, and I think there's games where she could still have success. And I know they're picking up her in pro play, so obviously I don't even think like it's. When I say it's not good, I don't think it's horrible. I just think it's like, okay, yeah, you could draft this at some point. It could probably work. That's not good enough for me though, and I don't think it's a first game pickup.
I I don't hate it. They definitely made it easier to play in the ADC role, but I do agree it does not have that much damage. It takes so long to scale. I'm looking at this draft from Red Side. Rumble, Trundle, Braum, Senna does not look like they have any early control for objectives here.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see Froggy style just having complete control of objectives.
the strongest point of the comp is probably with the Rumble right now, right? Because of the zone control with the Equalizer, but that's assuming the Rumble's ahead.
Yeah, and it's Rumble top lane into Aatrox. Don't really see Rumble really getting ahead in this lane. I don't think you can flex it mid into a Nivea either. Kind of a weird pick. I don't. Okay. Oh, they okay, yeah. They're playing for 40 minutes. We
What in
got a
the
fun one.
world, bro?
Where they're playing for 40 minutes.
Why would you draft this type of comp though? I feel like you want something early, right? Like I don't think you want to draft purely late, and I feel like this is basically just a purely late comp with well maybe the Rumble will be useful in the mid game.
And I've also noticed a trend in this tournament. The people that pick these early game CC heavy junglers like Sejuani and Vi just tend to win more than to playing just super late scale.
Yeah. Well, I think the meta is geared towards that regardless, right? I mean, you see a lot of like you said the Vi. I mean, you got to talk Jin Zhao's in there, Pantheon, all these champions, one item spike hard. Their early game is pretty strong, if not kind of broken at times. Sejuani is a little different because she doesn't really do much into like the 1v1 against those champions we just named. But when they're off the table, she's great in like second round or of Fearless, second game, and probably the best tank jungler that's out there right now. So I think she's really, really good. And when you have low mobility champions that are being picked up a lot in these carry roles, it kind of helps to just be able to, I'm going to click R in your face. It's not very difficult to hit.
I'm looking at these drafts right now, and if I was vibe check, I am just playing hard for top lane because I mean realistically, how do you play for Senna, Braum, or Asol? Then I guess you play for grubs. I feel like dragons are impossible if you're vibe check here.
Well, I think if you're vibe check, you want to play for Drakes if you can because you're the team that scales, so you definitely want the Drakes, and you don't want to give the enemy team that, like, in
It's just
theory
so hard
doesn't
for
scale as hard
Prio.
as you. I actually think, and you're probably not going to agree with this, but necessarily, but I kind of think the teams don't scale bad equally to each other because, like,
Oh yeah, Froggy style definitely scales. I
yeah,
mean, Vibe Check does have two champions that infinitely scale, but outside of those two, like I think Aatrox style scales Rumble. I think Sejuani Trundle are pretty. I mean, neither of those champions necessarily scale. They just kind of do what the champion's designed for. But Xayah Rakan scales very nicely,
yeah,
and I think Vibe Check's going to struggle to get on Xayah this game with
right.
Anivia, Aatrox, Rakan, Sejuani.
Which kind of makes me feel Xayah scales even harder. I don't know. I was trying to explain this to um, Marika the other day on my take on scaling. It's not innately like, okay, well this X champion scales harder than Y champion. I look at how do they scale compared to the whole entire team they're going against, as well as what's around them in that current game. And I feel like Xayah here gets to just do what she wants. Sure, there's a bomb that can kind of mess up her day a little bit, but like you said, there's really nothing to get on her. She has the peel and the setup from Rakan and Sejuani. So Anivia should also be happy to play this game too. Like, who stops them from doing their damage? And I feel like that makes them scale even harder than they normally would. You know?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a difference between like champion flat scaling and just overall game scaling. Like when it comes to overall game scaling, I would give it to Froggy style just because like they have so many champions that synergize like super well with each other. Then like there's of course flat scaling like Senna, Asol, like Veigar, like all the champions.
Yeah, I like that term you used. Now we can tell Rurika exactly what you said because that's
Well,
basically what I'm saying. I guess.
I mean there's a reason why Rurika's team like makes him play Galio. And this guy doesn't have too much of a brain. Just make him play Galio. It's all banter.
I know you guys are good friends, so that's right.
It's all banter.
But yeah, you play any other roles besides mid lane, like as like a secondary role, I guess.
I am master peak in both mid and support.
Okay, so you have good support knowledge here then too.
I have. Let me show you the account before you say I have good support knowledge, because like you might like change your opinions on everything.
Oh, I might just think you're an idiot.
I you need to see what champions I played in support. Here's the account. It's a very funny account. But I did not play traditional supports. A lot of Shaco, a lot of Bard, a lot of Pike.
Excuse me. Well. Uh, but look at the champions that are above 50%.
That's what I'm saying.
The real
That's what I'm
support, the
saying.
real support pick. Is that a block support, by the way?
Yes, that was me when I got tilted because I can't win games on port.
So what that implies to me, I just showed your OPN stream, but whatever, who cares?
Yeah, that's fine.
Um, what that implies to me though is that your your knowledge of support is there to some degree for sure. Like I don't think that completely
Yes,
changes,
more
but
so
but
with
I
roaming and playing around jungle than playing bot lane.
yeah, but I would say your traditional support understanding is probably not as high, which is not even a bad thing. It's just like you geared towards what you geared towards. It got you to where you wanted to get, so whatever.
I'm a very aggressive player. I do put game knowledge like in like the backseat a little bit, which I think that's something I struggle with as a player, and I need to understand the game more.
Yeah, I think everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and it's good to understand your own weakness because sometimes you can turn that weakness into a strength. So it's good to identify. I feel like over the time of playing this league, I've gained a lot more knowledge than I would have ever had having never touched the league. So I've learned a lot about drafting, a lot about how champions interactions work that are the most random interactions. Like
Oh,
the
this game,
macro has been so good.
this is my first Fearless League I've ever played, and it has humbled me so much. Because almost every game so far, I either get two or three banned first rotation, and I'm just like, oh god, I do not know who to pick anymore. I've definitely been first timing a couple of champions, a lot of Syndra games, which I'm not the biggest fan of playing mages, but it's kind of hard to like with this meta to like not play mages right now.
Yeah, I know you like mostly assassins, right?
Yes, I'm a assassin player.
So I think assassins aren't in a bad spot depending on the assassin. But I definitely would say overall they're not as good as like mages are currently, right? The Syndras, the Victors. Um,
I feel like jungle assassins are in a good spot. I feel like mid lane assassins are pretty hit or miss right now.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Eve should be played in the competitive scene.
Oh, that's true. Especially with how many people buy control wards.
Yeah, yeah. I
I did check the other day. I looked at all of my comp games in this league so far. I've bought a total of 0 control wards.
oh my God, monkey. That's monkey stuff right there. Uh, no wonder why your team is 4-1 and not 5-0.
That's what I'm saying. Don't tell my team.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, when I coached him with CLT, I always got in game before him. So,
Yeah, CLT was
once
slow.
I get in a game, should I pause and wait on you, or I'll
I'll
just let you know
listen.
when I get in a game?
Yeah, you can. I usually get him pretty quickly. CLT does the same thing to me. First game, he's always about 30 seconds behind. Second game,
Yep.
we're usually like in at the same time.
Electrocute and Nivea. I like that.
I hate when it doesn't pick up the loading screen on stream, and it really annoys me. And I've made the setting correct, but it still just sometimes just doesn't work. So I apologize to everybody. It's just not working. Oh, now it is. As I say that, it finally works. Okay, good job.
A lot of interesting summoner spells. I would not expect heal on Braum.
I'm in game.
Okay, yeah, I'm in game too.
I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause, unpause. I'm at 9, hit 10.
All right, we're perfect.
Okay, cool. Cool. This is my favorite part of the game, unironically, is to see where everyone stands. I think it's very fun.
Yeah, I think it changes up. Aristotle, always electric Anivia, huh? Okay. Do you play Anivia yourself? Is that what you're saying?
I play Anivia every now and then. Like she's not like one of my favorite picks, but I understand the champion a lot. And I do really like how much damage early electrocute Anivia does. I think it's very, very strong. And it's super easy to proc too on her.
I'm not calling out this name, by the way. This QKAG.
Uh
What's
yeah,
your?
their name is Senna.
I'm
Their name is yeah.
gonna call him Q. Just straight up Q. I'm gonna call him keyboard. What do you mean? That sounds like a keyboard. Bullshit right there. Hmm. Boy's gonna take a little damage here. Shouldn't matter too much. Oh wait, they want to fight? That's a big chunk onto the Anivia.
Not enough time to reset either. But I mean, that's the one positive thing about playing into ASOL. You will never struggle with HP in this lane. ASOL cannot touch like any champions right now. I haven't seen ASOL in a while. I'm actually really curious about this.
He's been played a decent amount in the league. I don't know if you watched the Midwest Weeklies, but he's definitely been active across the four groups.
So what's the lane that you're most excited for?
Mm. I don't know because Vibe Check
I'm,
is missing half their team, but
oh,
uh, yeah, that's part of here. I don't know. I want to see how Victor plays. Victor Apple. He's playing a standard mid, not something he normally does. So I'd like to see how that goes.
electrocute damage. I'm very curious about how this top lane battle is gonna go. So I know Aatrox is slightly favored, but Aatrox has to play a lot better than Rumble has to play in this lane. It's like a favored skill matchup per se. But as you can see, Rumble can just kind of walk at him like this.
Aristotle, sounds like you need to go back to the mid lane, man. Tell them to piss off, and that you want to play mid.
I wonder if Aatrox takes Ignite in this lane. I feel like he should.
Macro too important. Gotta take that TP. Hello.
True. No, I feel like with the Ignite boss, a lot of people should be taking Ignite more.
Yeah, well, speaking of plays, looks like Bananasaur is making a play topside here. But Relentless was in a pretty good spot, so nothing comes of it.
Big sin of damage there. What is the Senna build, if you know?
Oh, I have no idea, to be honest. All I know is Static Shift first item is what I've been seeing. But it is more damage than it used to be. Like they're going like
I think
kind of
the
heavy. I want to say.
Yeah, the Black Cleaver build I think is completely dead now.
Feel my fury with your skin and face.
And Victor's got no mana here in the mid lane, trying to get the wave in. He's not gonna get the crash. So let's see if Bananasaur can punish this. He's moving over right now. Victor, though, smartly realizing something's up, flies away. Aristotle saying Shiv, Cleaver, IE.
Oh, it's still Cleaver.
Oh, Relentless. Gets hit by that third Q. Nice flash by Fuse, but Relentless flashes back to survive. And I could see it. If you think about like how squishy she is, maybe it's just because of the HP. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing.
Trundle taking 2 tower shots. Stop the reset.
What a Chad.
Rakan got first move. They might be playing for this dragon here.
You might not know this, but you're actually watching the two-time champ, two-time finals MVP Warrior right now.
Oh, am I now?
Yeah. He's won back-to-back splits. Victor Apple is one on the title with him, in fact. So is Relentless. I think Changi might have won one too, I can't remember.
Yeah, this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. It's so hard to contest a jungle or dragons per se when you're playing Senna Acel. No damage early game.
Yeah, the real question comes down to, can they play through that? Like, if they end up in a situation where they're down 2 Drakes, will they be able to contest that third Drake? And that's the part I'm not sure of.
Yeah, I'm not sure when Senna actually spikes. I know it depends what build Acel goes, but he can spike one item if he does rush Rylai's. But with Roa being as strong as it is right now, I'm not too sure what build he's going to go this game.
Oh, nice W. That's a lot of damage there on the Q.
Galactic hyper barrier. Pierce the sky and punch the star.
Oh. Disconnected to like automatically reconnect. What the hell?
Hyper flame spitter.
Yeah, Grub's spawning in 7 seconds to see what these two guys do. Equalizer's going to come down though on the top side. Unfortunately, Bananasaur has showed up, so I think Relentless is not meant for this world much longer. Good night. Unfortunately, though, first blood going over to the Sejuani. I think I would have liked to see that kill on the Aatrox there.
And that gives Grubs. That is such a bad death from Rumble there.
Yeah, he had no flash. They had to punish on that, so really, really nice angle there from Dinosaur. I'm honestly surprised that he got his Sejuani so freely, because it's something he's been playing a lot this split. I think he's played Sejuani the most. So, I understand the counter, but it's interesting to do.
I think the Trundle Sejuani counter works a lot better if you have more aggressive lanes. 'Cause I don't see Trundle ever invading jungle.
Aristotle in the chat. Can someone tell Zaya or Khan they're allowed to fight? And then he's like, instant prophecy apparently, because they fought right afterwards. But they turned onto the Braum, which isn't really the target you want there. And they didn't even get his flash or heal.
Looks like we're gonna be seeing Leandri's rush. Astel. Which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's good into Sejuani, it's good into Aatrox. I like the angle. I anticipate these fights going around the 18 to 20 minute mark when you're talking 3rd to 4th Drake. Trundle stand in front, click R on Sedge, and they try to kill the Sejuani as quick as possible. Probably try to tag her with like a W from center or a Q or something afterwards. She should be standing out in front, but then the re-engage will come in from the Rakan. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
We see an all-in here mid lane.
Yeah, they're gonna look on a Victor. Victor does have flash, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. They're gonna pick up the kill for this Anivia.
Torpedo.
The Acel's so squishy there.
Spinning flames of fury.
Nanosaurus is right back at it. He wants to make another play. Here comes the quickness. Going to turn onto the Braum. Braum does flash away, though. Going to drop a nice little ulti there. Does he have the ability to get out? He does with the heal. Now we're seeing cross map on the top side of the map. Well, as I say that, they're just going to turn on to Senna. Q's going to fall here. Sejuani does pick up the kill, but the subject get on the fuse. We got fights on both sides of the map. Lots of trading here. Bananasaur also just looking to try to pick off this support, and Chengi is going to fall. Sejuani now on a killing spree.
I am the max.
Yes, Aristotle. Almost as if you're inside the game. You just know stuff.
Honestly, if you're... Are you even mad that Sejuani has 3 kills here?
Yes and no. But as I say that, Victor should die here. Unfortunately, he's gonna die to Hook. All the supportive role players here are getting the kills. I'm happy if she was going the Heartsteel build, but I'm not happy if she's going just Sunfire first. Personally, because Heartsteel is expensive, and I think Heartsteel is broken as shit. So, on Sejuani.
We do get a pause. I'm assuming it's for the Acel that DC'd earlier. If you're a red team, like I don't really know how you play this like going forward.
Yeah, and there's one other thing to note about your question. Because Trundle exists and can neutralize kind of Sejuani a little bit, the tank stats will not matter here as much. So like 3 kills on Sejuani in this game isn't as strong as other games on Sejuani, in my opinion.
That is true. It's only a 2k gold difference so far. Expecting it to be a little bit higher.
Yeah, if they could stabilize this before the next Drake, like and keep it around 2K, I think they'll be able to fight for sure. Now, if anything else happens in the next, 5 minutes and that Goldie balloons, VibeCheck's gonna have a really hard time playing this game from that point on. Because what would you say is like the point in the game that they want to play for here? I know you mentioned 40 minutes, but I don't know if you're just memeing. Like, where do you think they want to try to get to?
You definitely needed to play for grubs because you do have the Trundle on your team. But since we died top on Rumble, I would say it's kind of hard to fight third dragon because they've been taking these dragons off of spawn, which I don't know if VibeCheck's gonna be scaled enough to fight this third dragon in time.
I'm gonna check on the gold real quick, see what we got going on. Looks like everybody's pretty much bought items recently, but yeah, I mean, there's no significant gold in anyone's pocket, but the Sejuani's. So
Yeah,
that's what
Sejuani's only up 700 right now.
So you're looking at Triforce for Trundle right now. I don't think he has another item here in 5 minutes. With the way the game's going, maybe he's an item and a half.
You'll definitely have support item. You'll have mid lane item, top lane item.
I just question if that's enough for them to fight. That one item for these champions doesn't really seem too strong.
Xayah may get that second item too.
Yeah,
Xayah had 2 items. Yeah. She is one of the best 2-item ADCs right now. She's very strong on 2 items.
I think the craziest thing I've seen is not seeing as much Xayah this split. Like, I feel like she's been like lost. Nobody wants to pick her or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Finally get the unpause.
Is it working for you, or are you still frozen?
Yeah, no, I'm at 12, 24, 25.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're still at the same. I thought you were still paused for some reason. I'm like, oh no.
No.
Yeah, it always takes a second to come back after the pause. Like, it has to, get that gap again, that 3-minute gap. So.
I think Trundle can just constantly look topside here. It's the strongest Rumble see against Aatrox.
Oh, that's big R and Victor Apple here. Let's see if they can turn on to this Anivia. They're going to try. Do you get the flash out? Subjugate was also used, but no eggs. So this is not a bad trade for Anivia. Especially with Herald coming up soon. But I guess Trundle's ult actually pretty low, as I say that.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Yo, what's up, Rusty? That is your little brother, man. He's having a pretty good game right now, too.
Ooh, we might be getting the 2v2 top. We do have flash and ulti from Sejuani.
There's no subjugate on this Trundle, so that's pretty big here. Let's see if they're going to turn on the Trundle. One more auto? No, it's not going to be enough. Pillar plus equalizer. That means that Rumble doesn't have his ulti.
I think if you're Sejuani there, you just throw your ulti, and you definitely get on top of them in time.
I agree. I'm surprised that he didn't. But he
does mean he will have both 4 Rift Heralds.
Yeah, I would say maybe he's holding it for Rift. Because Rumble with no equalizer, that's pretty much unplayable. Subjugate will be back up, but it's kind of hard. Let's see if
already have movement from Rakan. We should see bot lane shove that wave, and hopefully Braum recalls and rotates as well.
Honestly, I think I'm okay with Senna
resetting for item. With Acel resetting for item, no TP. This is just going to be so hard to fight now.
Oh, he went Archangels, by the way. But
we just might see Rumble dead here.
Yeah, Relentless, no chance of surviving here without flash. Give the kill over to the bird, very good. Yeah, and this is going to be feats too, right? Or no, wait, they already have feats, never mind.
Yes, they got grubs as well. It just seems like Froggy style is just communicating a lot more than Vibe Check right now. Like, you just see their bot lane reset, Aatrox immediately walks bot lane. They're just set up before these objectives are even up. We do see the lane swap with Senna Braum against an Anivia top, which is kind of a neutralized lane. But Aatrox is in a lot nicer of a lane now. We do see mid tower go down. I think that's just Dragon for Froggy as well. It's going to be so hard to contest.
Yeah, I mean, if they get this, I kind of feel like the game could honestly just be kind of doomed at that point for Vibe Check here.
I mean, you still do get the flat scaling with Asol Senna, but you definitely need Froggy to make a
Now,
mistake.
this could be
here
big if
soon.
they're going to pick Bananasaur here. They're going to drop the Subject Gate, force the flash out. He still wants to try to fight over for this red, though.
We
Team
do have
is
an
coming
Anivia
over.
TP.
Oh, they're going to drop the ult there on
Huge
top.
ulti.
Oh, but a nice blast cone going to cancel out Rakan W engage. So that's 2 ultis used. Can they still fight now is the question.
Explosive face melter.
They're going to try to use this Harrow for pressure. I'm going to be honest now. I think with those ultis used, I think you just give the...
Give Dragon go
Yep.
mid, yeah.
And I think that's what they decided to do.
We do have upgraded ulti from Maesol here.
Oh, but they might have caught Rumble.
Rumble's pick.
This does now his flash. He's going to fall. He disrupted the Equalizer, but it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Fuse is back there fighting Bori. Oh, they're breaking up. Huge Asol ulti. Immediately going down is Sejuani. Hero is forced to use the ult, but with the barrier and the pullback on the feathers, he will survive. They're going to pick up the kill onto this Trundle. Now both junglers are dead. Let's see what they decide to do. Low mana on this Senna. They're going to turn right into Chengi. Chain is on him, so he's forced to flash away. Nice double knock up there. There's no follow-up thus far. We do get a beautiful wall. First Q's in the land.
We do have Rumble TP, but you see Zaya just
Yeah, but they're
taking
draining
down
this
the mid
Aatrox.
tower.
Fuse nearly going down. So much damage from this Asol. Really doing work here. Oh, King able to get the Q there. I don't know if that was a prediction or if the Asol just flew into it. I'm not sure.
They don't have vision for it. That was a really good Anivia Q there. They might catch Zaya here, which would be huge. This Anivia is just everywhere.
Yeah, King is on top of it, making sure Hero is just fine. Bananasaur's ult is back up. They're going to try to look onto Relentless, it looks like.
Zaya did not get her reset off, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's big. They're actually going to land there onto Braum. I don't think that's a target you necessarily want, but the wall is going to come out. I'm going to do some damage. TP in from the Aatrox. Asol's now back on the map, and when we're just doing this all over again, and this was without, again, like you said, without the reset here for Hero. So they are going to start hitting, though, so we're going to get another 5v5. No ult on the Sejuani. Subjugate is back up. Drake is down below 5k, under 3k. Here comes the Equalizer. Really nice Equalizer route. Huge fight. Sejuani does secure the Drake, but blue team is falling down very quickly. Fuse should be next up, but he's surviving. No, he will not go down. Gets the reset here for the Aatrox, but he's finally been killed there by Victor Apple. Currently, King is in egg form. Does not want place B for this bird, and that's a shutdown. Wow, what a fight there, Binky.
That was a huge double ulti from Vibe Check there on that 3-man.
Yeah, that was a
I mean,
root from the Senna too. Like,
Yeah,
caught
it
three
was,
people.
it was a Senna Rumble ulti. I mean, I don't think you can play a fight more perfectly than that if you're Team Vibe Check here.
Yeah, and you barely get an advantage off of it. That's the crazy part. But, I mean, maybe that gets some gold in some pockets. Asol got some shutdowns, so let's see if he's able
Really
to get
big for Asol. I don't believe Senna got a shutdown during all of that. She did. Senna did get a shutdown from the Zaya. But they did lose 2 towers and dragon for that.
Yeah, they're
But
heavily behind here in objectives, but I think now
they're only 2K down in gold, but about to be 3K.
they should be able to fight Drake, it's the Soul Drake, just fine, I think.
And I feel like Senna Asol can stall this Otacon for basically forever. Kind of forces Froggy to engage these fights.
Yeah,
Do have the range heavied on vibe check here.
I was gonna say, I feel like Bananasaur is gonna be like much cleaner with these alts, because his target needs to be pretty much just Asol, I think. Asol or Rumble.
Yeah,
But
Asol or Rumble for sure. You're not touching the Senna this game, but I don't think you need to, as long as you hit either Asol or Rumble. We are about to see 2 items from Senna. I'm curious how much damage this build will do.
yeah, she's sitting on any gold. Only 600 Gs, which that should be enough for the Black Cleaver, actually. 650, right? At this point.
Yes, she should have it in her pocket. They do need to push out midwave here. They're just going to start taking damage on that inhibitor.
And you see that Nivea wall takes up an entire quadrant now. I mean, that's pretty big to keep them out. I really don't think they have to play for this Otacon, by the way. I think, yes, does it help get them even more ahead? Yes, but I don't think it's something they have to force.
I was telling CLT last time we were streaming together, it was kind of like the same thing where they're just sitting around Otacon for about 10 minutes. I hate this objective. I really do not like it in the game. It just forces just like so much stalling and waiting time, and you already have so much stalling with Baron. But we do see them just start
And they're
rushing
killing it
in.
very quickly.
They might take it. Senna did reset.
Yeah, and the wall should keep Bori out. Nice ulti. It is secured. And they're just going to back out. So I do think with them acquiring this, though, that's a huge boost for them at this point in the game.
And Nivea is about to be 2 levels up, and I just don't see this Nivea dying ever again unless they get CC on her.
And there's just not a lot of meaningful CC in this game on the side of Vibe Check.
No, you have Braum ulti and Asol ulti. That's about it.
Relentless. Might be forced to flash here. Yes, he is. Nearly falls to that second lead.
Hyper barrier.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gio. I think, and I said this to Binky here. They should be able to fight the Drake, but I think the key target here for Bananasaur has to be this, pretty much just Asol. I don't even know if Rumble matters at this point. I think you just have to try to find the Asol.
Yeah, I think Rumble will still get his ulti off in a corridor. But we do see no flash from Rumble here. So if he does go side lane, I would not be surprised if they go pick him, but it looks like they are just A-ramming. Both teams have basically everything up for this dragon.
Ooh, that pillar was close. If the pillar was a little better, they might have been able to burn Bananasaur's flash.
Do see both TPs coming through, so we will see a 5v5 fight here.
Yeah, but I think the key thing is here is look at all the coverage. Getting on top of this Asol is going to be very difficult. Yeah, four control wards all on these quadrant here. It's crazy. It looks like this might just be a
smite fight.
Yeah, is that what we're going
We
for?
do see Aatrox. We do see Aatrox.
All right, who's doing this here? Here comes the ulti out. Who gets the Drake? It's going to be Bori. But so far, the fight's going in favor of blue side. They will be able to drop the Trundle. No, Trundle flashes away. They're going to turn on a Fuse. Fuse going to go down instead. It's now a 5v4 in favor.
That Trundle ulti on Sejuani just makes him so immortal.
Yeah, and the Smite fight, going over to Bori there was huge. It was at like 900 HP when it was taken.
I think they were both CC'd at one point. I could have honestly went to any champion.
Well, CC doesn't stop the Smites.
That is true. That is true.
But they're trying to set up here. This is kind of interesting. You're kind of missing key things to try to make. Yeah, okay, that was smart. Wait, no, Relentless stepping in a bad spot. They're gonna find a pick onto this Rumble for sure. He will fall. Kill going over to the Sejuani. And now with the Aatrox spawning, they're gonna maybe try for a Baron flip here. I do kind of feel here at 25 minutes, this might be the kind of correct decision to give themselves a way to end this game soon, because I don't think they want this game to keep going. Like I don't think they want a 35-minute game or anything like that. So
no, and plus Aatrox and Anivia can't really play sideline too well. I think Trundle just runs down both of them. So yeah, if you're Team Froggy here, you are looking at this Baron as soon as possible. And honestly, I don't even think you care if the other team steals it. I think you're just looking for the team fight.
yeah, without big ulti there on Asol, I think that'd be the right call.
Asol is close to this Void Staff here. He's about to spike a lot in damage. He just needs to charge up his ulti before next fight, which I don't think he will do in time. But it doesn't look like Team Froggy's playing for this Baron yet.
They're actually hitting it at the moment. Oh, never mind. Maybe they're pulling people over with them hitting. So it's only AD support.
They do have TP advantage, so Rumble is just sitting mid. They could just stall for Aatrox.
I think they're strong enough to fight 4v4 here. With Asol on the top side, I feel like they should pull the trigger on somebody.
Asol is resetting to match this Aatrox, but Aatrox does have TP on Asol. They could easily start this Baron here. Looks like they are starting it.
And they're gonna burn it very, very quickly here.
That was a bad back timer by Trundle and Braum here.
Yeah,
they are not set up for
Trundle is
this.
going to be able to get here in time though. It's under 6k. He has a blast cone. Here comes the equalizer. Done really, really nice. Though the blast cone is taken out of the table, they're gonna secure it, but will they be able to get out with their lives? Hughes coming into TP just to secure the team's safety. But that is a nice Baron pickup. The bird should be forced to flash here. No, there's no flash on this Anivia. The Anivia's gonna go down here. Right into egg form. They're gonna have to sacrifice Anivia here. It's a pretty nice pickup.
They do stop the
They cancel
Sejuani.
the back. That's pretty huge. Sejuani is also going to drop, so that's multiple Barons taken off the table here, Binky.
They also have a big wave top here. So they will end up getting a tower, maybe go for tier 2. I think they should go for tier 2 here. They will be backing off. Really well played by Rakan on that Baron. Immediately jumping over the wall, hitting that blast cone too. Just negate the 50-50.
Yeah, I honestly wish Banana Sword just held his ulti there because they could have used that in the disengage. But that's about it. Otherwise, it was done pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think they communicated the Rakan jump over, and they both just kind of
Hero
saw
cannot
it.
be doing this. Now there is a bit of a chunk on a Chengi, but they gotta be very careful. Let's see if Victor Apple decides to fly in. I think they can turn onto Hero here.
Asol did fly back mid. We do see TP from Anivia. Looks like Braum will end up getting the plan and getting back to about 80% HP.
And Asol with a big ulti here. They gotta find a pick here onto the Asol.
They do have Aatrox pushing top with no TP. Rumble is going to reset and match with TP up, so this will be a 4v5 if they take it. But can Rumble even match this Aatrox? Aatrox might just all in Rumble here.
I really feel like that should be the call, is to make sure the Rumble can't come to this Drake. Looks like Aatrox
is moving. Oh, no, Aatrox is going to look at this Rumble here.
Oh, he's going to catch onto him. Jane's going to land, forces out the flash. That'd be pretty big.
Looks like another coin flip smite here. Asol does have his ulti. As long as Rumble doesn't die, this could be a really big fight.
Here's the engage. They're going to try to turn onto this. It will be secured there by the Sejuani, but big Asol ulti. They're all locked in a place where they do not want to be. They're cutting back, though. Unfortunately, King is going to drop. But a beautiful ult there by Xayah. Is it enough, though, to carry the fight?
Blue side's gonna try to stop their resets because this Aatrox cannot be stopped by Rumble.
No, and he's going to be able to get the kill here under the turret.
This could be 3 inhibitors right here. They do have a wave bot coming.
Oh, and if Changi dies here, this could just be game straight up. He does flash away, but it's not going to matter. Fuse getting to do whatever he wants to do here. I mean, with Soul secured, how do you feel about this game now for Vibe Check?
I mean, they still do have the flat scaling, and they're just gonna have Senna farming supers for
I
about
got you
5
guys.
minutes.
Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to that. A-Soul's at 402. Senna is at 84 stacks.
Is that a lot for Senna? I don't know.
I don't feel like it is.
I think she should be around 100 right now. No.
I don't know if Kemta's weak. I don't think he's as strong here in this specific game. There's not a lot of executions except for A-Soul. With his E.
A two dragon Kimtech is probably one of the weakest 2 dragons, but it just puts like that
Oh,
elder
it doesn't
pressure
matter
on them
about
now.
weakness.
That's
If they're
the
going to turn
biggest
right
part.
here onto this A-Soul, Victor Alpha's going to die. Hero's going to get the kill. Now Q is running for his life. Senna will be able to get out there, but Changi and Bori found themselves behind enemy lines, and I don't think that's where they want to be. Changi has dropped so low, so fast. He's not very tanky. Relentless going to drop the equalizer. Does do meaningful damage, but Bori's between a rock and a hard place, and he's going to fall for a double kill on to King. Relentless is trying to run away from Fuse, but Fuse is just going to push him out to allow his team to end this game. I think that's all she wrote for this game 1. Oh, beautiful
Down
ult
goes
from the
Senna. Oh, no. Oh.
Sedge. The wall was even better. Good night to the Senna. Oh, the flash from Fuse to cancel the TP. And that's going to be GG.
That was a fun game 1. I mean, I kind of figured with the draft difference, it was gonna be favored on blue side, but I did like a couple of the engages by Braum and Asol.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? the Rumble was 0-6 and still did the most damage in the game. What the heck?
Top lane moment.
A little bit. I mean, because he was landing good equalizers in team fights. But it's still funny.
For me, the MVP was the Rakan. He was doing really well in engages and utilized his ease at a really good time. Didn't die once as Rakan, which is actually very hard when it comes to these late game fights.
Yeah, Campbell, I would agree. I don't. I don't think it's straight up 3 losing lanes. Because I think top lane, like Binky said, is more of a skill matchup. But once the Rumble was put behind due to the Sejuani gank, then yeah, it became really difficult to play for the Trundle. And that's why I think that's the biggest reason why Trundle to me isn't a great jungler. Like that game kind of shows it because there was nothing bad that Bori was doing, but he did no agency that mattered, you know? And I feel like you should pick something, especially if you want to go this late game comp, you got to pick something that can kind of get your team ahead in the early game, regardless of losing lanes. Like imagine if they picked something strong 2v2 topside with like something with the Rumble that can duel. I don't know, like maybe a Jin Zhao, even a Vi, like Vi into Sedge, and Aatrox is very playable there. I don't know. What do you
It was
think?
just, oh no, it's like a hard game. Like if you're playing from Trundle's perspective, you can't really do anything because you do have the Senna Asol Rumble. But I don't think you ever play Trundle there, in my opinion. Or if you do, you definitely do not go Senna bot lane. Because if you're Trundle, you want to play towards the Braum, but I don't think Senna Braum is ever really that gankable with how low damage they are. I think they will always lose the 3v3.
Yeah, that was. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the wrong one. Yeah, that was game 1. Let's go ahead and pull up the draft again. Oh, I need to invite Bananasaur.
I do really like this drafter.lol. I like how you can just like swap between draft 1, 2, and 3.
Have you not been using this by chance?
No, no, we've been using it, but this like this tournament's like the first time like I've ever used.
Yeah. How do you? I mean, since I have you here, man, how have you been feeling about the tournament so far, or the league? I don't really call it a tournament; I
Um,
call it a league more. But how have you been feeling about it?
yeah, it's more of a league. I have not been playing solo queue, so and neither has like anyone on my team. If you pay attention to my entire team, it's just a bunch of TFT players right now. So we are definitely rusty going into every game, but I do like our chances. I like the pool that we got. If we do win game one, we do get to play against Ririka's team, and I'm excited for that one. That should be a really fun match. But I do like our chances. I haven't been really watching many other teams from the other brackets, like I believe it's like like the Bucket Johns or whatever. Like they're undefeated. I have not seen a single game from them. Probably should since they are strongest team in the league so far.
Yeah,
But
they've
I
looked very
do.
good. They've looked very very good. I will say, um, I do think your team has definitely certainly a very very good shot of winning this thing. If you watch the show, I definitely spoke about that a bit. But CLT has said it the best. I think any team, he says it like this: any team can get hot right now and make a run, and I actually agree with that. I think there isn't really a bad team in playoffs. There are weaker teams, but there's not a bad team. So it all comes down to when you get hot at the right time, basically.
Yeah, and I think our team's the coldest team in the entire league. Bunch of
Ah,
TFT players. Every single time I get on league, be like, hey, we should play like I'll get on and play like some solo key or something, get back in, and I'll just see all three of my teammates all sitting in a TFT rank game.
sweet. Well, next time CLT runs the TFT little tourney,
Oh, my team has that on lock.
yeah, you guys can go run and have some fun. Yeah, he ran an arena one and a TFT one over the break, so he says he'd like to probably do something like that again.
But I think with our team, a lot of it kind of relies on how well I play, because there's a lot of strong mid laners in this entire tournament, which I've noticed. And me being kind of a OTP, I think I've been like one of the weaker of the top echelon mid laners in this league. So I definitely need to play a lot better than I did the last two games if my team wants to have any chance to win league. But I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. Hey, Gio, to follow up what you said there. Hey, listen, buddy. All due respect, I love the confidence, but we gotta play our match first, man. So until we play our match, neither of us have anything to say about Bucket John bets, and I do quite literally mean that. So let's play first, and then we'll discuss that afterwards. But yeah, you should definitely check out some of the games, man. It's been a really fun split. It's been some definitely some exciting matchups.
It's like we might see the same three rotation of bands. Do you see the vibe band? Was there a vibe band
No, there was not.
one? Yeah, no, there wasn't. They did Galio.
Yeah, I feel like they were thinking that vibe check wasn't gonna go it, and they were correct for some reason, or maybe they just didn't care the first time around. But now that like you played your Sejuani, I think
Oh, they
Vi
wanted the
is definitely
Galio.
strong. Ah, that's smart too.
They banned the Tristana instead of the Ornn, so we might see an Ornn as well. That's like a Froggy style pick.
Wonder if this is
Deuce
Galio support possibly.
Jinx. We did see Galio support. I don't remember what team played it, but we did see a Galio support. It does pair pretty well with Sivir. We could see Sivir Yumi. I've been paying attention. I think Yumi's undefeated in this entire league. I don't think a single team has lost playing Yumi.
Well, Yumi does seem kind of strong right now. I'm not gonna lie. Please don't start playing her a bunch just because I say that. I
We
really don't
we
want to
we
see
have
it.
2 games of Yumi.
Well,
We have been playing the Sivir Yumi.
no, it's so boring to watch though.
Hey, you're telling me I keep playing against a bunch of mid laners that go Roa every game.
Aristotle,
I
I'll
am
second
sick
that.
of Roa.
And Geo, yeah, man, I think you would look really dumb if that happened. Nocturne is great here from Vibe Check.
I love Nocturne. This is one of my favorite junglers to play with as a
Well,
mid laner.
it neutralizes the Galio pick heavily because you cannot ulti if you're not like next to somebody when Paranoia is up. So that's huge. Like that's really really big.
I don't know if Vibe Check plays it, but one of the best mid laners to pair with Nocturne is Xerath. Xerath is really good with Nocturne.
Well, if you're
And
into that,
Xerath is also decent into Galio too.
is it really? I wasn't expecting that.
Galio can't really get on top of him. Well, the Xerath pick, it doesn't really matter what the mid lane plays. It matters more of what the jungler plays. If that makes sense, because you can always lock in like Vi or Jarvan or Zac, just really easy to get on top of jungler into Xerath. But Xerath into Galio, Xerath can just one shot the wave and can have ulti for Galio rotations. So it's a pretty even lane. I wouldn't say it's a counter pick or anything.
Yeah. Already based on what I'm seeing this draft, I'm kind of feeling like we might be going game 3 already. Call me crazy.
Julia's flaming me in the rec league chat. Unlucky. We do see the Oriana ban. Oriana Nocturne is really strong. Fiddlesticks. Wait. Fiddlesticks mid? Or top?
I will be right back. I need to grab my charger for my phone. I'll let you carry it while I'm gone.
I don't even know what to say. We see Rise Galio on one side, Fiddlesticks Nocturne on the other side. And the Malphite pick. That is a Galio support. Or a Malphite jungle. I'm very confused. I would guess it's Rise mid, Malphite top, Poppy jungle, Sivir Galio bot. And I don't know who's a better laner between Fiddle and Nocturne. It's a brand mid angle. I think if you're Vibe Check, you just like send the Silas. Silas can play all the roles. And they did not ban it either. Do see the Ornn pick. So is it Fiddlesticks mid? Yeah, I agree. Malphite blind should not be allowed. Every single time you see Malphite and you don't ban Silas, I think you should insta lock it in. So he does play Fiddlesticks mid. Or no, Bori's the jungler, so yeah. Knock Fiddle combo.
I have returned, and I still think that Vibe Check's comp is way better.
I don't know. Is this Fiddlesticks or Nocturne mid?
I don't know.
I'm hearing Bori's a big Fiddlesticks player.
That might be true. I've never seen him play it in my life, so if he is, then this is the time he's pulling it out, and I'm excited for it. But interesting.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Let me get in there.
Victor Apple is who GoPro wishes he was when it comes to unconventional picks. That's funny. Alright, so it's Nocturne mid. There's your answer.
I wonder if it was like picking Nocturne, like expecting it to be Galio mid, 'cause I could see Nocturne giving Galio a pretty hard time. So he can spell shield either the CC, then fear him through the other. But I don't know. That is or maybe he just wants to follow the Galio, or like you said earlier, just like ulti when like Galio's like roaming, so like Galio cannot ulti. I don't know. It's definitely an interesting pick, and I'm kind of excited to see it. I might pull it out if I play into Galio, depending how this goes. We did see a blind pick Malphite. I don't know if you missed that, which is always very scary to do.
Yeah, I mean, so I think Malphite's really, really strong. I don't necessarily think blind picking him is the greatest for sure, but I also think because how strong he is, you can kind of get away with some shit right now. Plus, you're really just playing for his ult anyways, but...
I think you're forced to ban Silas, like 100% forced to.
Yeah, I mean, based on what they had picked at the time, I think they were okay to B5 it safely. Because I don't really think Silas top is all that good. But I do agree
it's not.
risky.
But Silas can just go electrocute into Malphite and just like beat up Malphite early and like late game he tests his ulti. It's definitely a weird one, but they did leave the Ornn up, so I think their top lane is just gonna lock in Ornn regardless.
I think Ornn into Malphite's fine though. I think the Ornn is cool with that matchup. This is basically a game of which tank can provide more, and I just think the Ornn does at the end of the day because it's Ornn.
Ornn definitely wins in lane. I know that for a fact.
So the one that I don't like, and this is just my personal opinion here, I don't like the Poppy pick. I think everything else seems okay in terms of what the comp wants to do. Where does Poppy fit in here? She doesn't provide anything special here. Like the best thing she's into in this game is what, Ornn maybe? I guess Thrust.
Yeah, she can negate the Ornn team fight. Like she can just completely just like ulti out Ornn. Or I guess if she doesn't get feared by Fiddle, she can ulti out Fiddle the second he ultis in. I don't know. The Poppy pick is definitely weird because you don't really have too much synergy with your team outside of Galio. But I do think like when it comes to just like straight up front to back, I think Sivir Rise once they scale it might just get a little too much. Because I don't think Fiddlesticks can really kill Rise or Sivir or Nocturne ulti. Sivir spell shield is just really strong right now.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. I definitely like Vibecheck's comp though, personally. But I could see the angle you're speaking of, but I just wonder if they get to that point in the game where that happens. That's what I'm curious about.
I'm just happy to see Nocturne mid, honestly. I'm really curious how this is gonna go.
Yeah, it's a high
I have seen it before, but I usually see it into like melee matchups. Like I've seen it like play into like Talent and like Yone Yasuo because you can just stat check them. But I think he picked it thinking it was gonna be Galio mid.
Yeah, probably makes the most sense.
I don't really know how it's gonna go into Rise. I think Rise might just kind of beat him up a little too much. But we will see. I know Ornn Jinx is a really good combination. I do like the Thresh pick because Galio can't really play, like especially in laning phase. Like I think if Thresh just holds like his abilities, Galio just can't really go in.
Alright, 50 more seconds. I really do hope for 3 games, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like playoff matchups 2-0s just seem so boring to me. Give me the 3 games.
There hasn't been too many game 3s. Like even before the last portion of it, I feel like it's usually been 2-0s.
It's been a
Hasn't really.
strange split because even though I think it's more competitive, we've seen a lot more sweeps than usual.
Yeah, like even our group, like Group A, like there were 3 teams that all had the same record, but we all swept each other.
Yeah, strange. I'm in game, by the way. I'm at
Yes, I am too.
9,
9.
10.
Okay.
We're perfect. CCLT, need to get that same synergy, bro. What the hell?
We might see an invade here. We do have a Galio Poppy on one side and a Jinx on the other side. I think Jinx is genuinely the best invade champion in the game.
Interesting.
I mean, if you get 1 kill, Jinx just takes over the fight.
I see the angle. And here comes the late invade. Hooks out
Do
to
we
be
see a
careful
flash
here.
for flash?
Yep,
Do you
there
see
it
the
is.
flash for flash? Which I think that is so much better for red side.
I would agree. Neither support has Hex Flash though, so L's in the chat for that.
Then what did he take on Thresh? Guess. Disc. Oh. I feel like Thresh always takes like a Hex.
Yeah, I mean, I take Hex Flash in almost every engage support there is because it's just so much more fun to play. And I think it brings so much more power. But that's just my personal opinion.
I would assume the beginning is going to be kind of similar to the last game where it's kind of standard lanes for the first 5-6 minutes. Neither jungle has the best gank potential.
Chengi getting heavily chunked out here though. Without Flash, it's can make it scary for him. Should have to pop some pots.
Did take Biscuit. Pretty interesting here. We do see the jungler starting opposite sides of the map.
Let's see if Fiddlesticks tries to punish the Galio here, or if he just like goes to his red side. Looks like he wants to, the way he's positioning. Ooh. Oh, nice hook, but really nice buffer there with the E. Right hook. Bori's looking for the long con here. They are none the wiser.
Poppy is moving.
Oh, nice
Good
flash there
from
from
Biddle.
Bori. But Hero also going to find himself in a good spot. Nice hook from Chengi and say goodnight to Hook. No pun intended.
First blood going to the Jinx. Probably the best champion to get a kill if you're on Team Red here.
Yeah, Vibe Check getting this game started early, unlike game 1. I think game 1 first blood was like, what, 8-9 minutes? This one is 3 minutes.
I believe, yes, it was 8 minutes was the first blood. I think it was a Sejuani first blood. One thing I am keeping an eye on is this mid lane farm difference. I would not be surprised if Ryze does end up getting a huge difference in the CS. It just depends where he puts the wave. I feel like if Ryze gets a freeze on Nocturne, Nocturne's gonna struggle.
So far, he's keeping up just fine.
Yeah, Ryze is playing more aggressive, more focusing on the poke aspect than the lane aspect, which I don't mind. I don't know if you ever get a kill if you're. I don't think we'll ever see a solo kill from mid lane. I don't think either of those champions want to fight each other.
Oh, he uses his W here, but there's no mana on the Malphite. So, should be just fine. A little bit of poke damage. Don't think it matters too much. This might matter. Nice spell shield. You can't spell shield that. W's going to come out. Will be enough damage. One more auto should do it. Auto E will be enough.
Really good roam by Hook there. I am noticing the difference between how both these supports play. One plays more for lane and vision, the other one really likes to play for roams.
Well, I think the difference here is that I think Hero's a little more safer in lane than I do believe this Jinx is. So Thresh has to babysit a little more, but yeah, I would agree. I think Hook does play a little heavier roaming style for sure.
Do see the Tiamat from Nocturne, so it looks like Nocturne's just going to play to one-shot the wave and immediately look for an ulti. Which I feel like that's kind of how you have to play, playing Nocturne in lane. I wonder if he's been practicing this pick, or he just like randomly said, nah, I'm just going to play Nocturne this game.
Victor Apple has been a jungler in the past, so
No
sense.
flash from Fiddle. We might see Fiddle go down here.
Yeah, Fiddle's definitely going to fall. Hero gets the kill. Victory Apple, though, going to go in. I'm not really sure if that's the angle, but there is a TP in from Relentless, so maybe it is the angle. Oh, beautiful flame to a beautiful knock-up. Bananasaur is going to fall. Maybe that was the angle.
Both ADCs have a kill. It took very long for either of them to have a kill last game. So we could see an ADC gap this game. Yeah, this Ryze is immortal in this lane.
Oh my goodness. King might be able to get a kill here.
One
Another
more
E.
Q.
The Ignite will get the
Flash
kill.
Ignite from
That's
Galio.
crazy. The stuff
Jinx does have to be careful in this. Sivir is pretty close to 6.
Yeah, but no flash. I think the Jinx is okay. Red buff would be the only worry.
We could see a dive top lane here.
You know, call me crazy, but I don't feel like Comet here is what you want to go on Malphite. By the way, and you just go grass.
You don't really win the melee 1v1, so it's kind of just like, what playstyle do you like better?
Sure, but like free HP is not like still not nice.
Ooh, I really wish Ornn stayed. A dive on Malphite there would have been really, really big for vibe check. But he does end up getting his Poppy's top side, while Poppy did get the dragon.
Yeah, Poppy's on the wide.
Not the worst trade. They will have Ornn and Malphite ulti for, and both flashes for this.
They're gonna try to turn here on a Malphite. Malphite should be forced to use flash. He actually holds his ulti.
Holding the ulti for the fight. I don't know how worth that is.
I mean,
he's resetting anyways.
I don't think he's gonna make it back in time, so I feel like you just use the R there.
Galio does not have ulti for this fight.
Changi's still level 4, by the way. He's gonna get clipped, so that's gonna be bone plate and taken off. And we've got pretty much a party here. The only person not here right now is Ryze, but that might dissuade them off the grubs.
I think if you're vibe check, you just start the grubs before Galio hits 6 off this wave.
Yeah, I do think if Galio's 6 here, it's very scary for them to play, but you see Bori trying to set up here.
Ryze can probably just stay bot lane and just.
Oh, they're going to try to turn on the Bjorn, though. I don't know if that's the angle. Here comes in Bori, but he doesn't really get any meaningful damage. He does force the flash out of Hero, who's now being jumped on by the Jinx. Jinx should be able to pick up the kill eventually. Does. Here's the reset, but going to be picked off from behind just as well. But Malphite's going to fall here. As Victor Apple gets the kill. So far,
I
it's
really
a 2
like
for
that
1.
aggressive flash from Jinx.
Oh, and a
It's the hook on
beautiful
Rise.
death sentence. And a nice blaze. And also catch on the hook. There's no chance for this Rise to be able to get out. That's a double kill going over to Bori. And that's very scary here. As Vibe Check finds himself in a 1K gold lead.
Already seeing the power of this Fiddlesticks pick.
Yeah, I think he plays the Fiddlesticks pretty well.
I also think Fiddlesticks is just in such a good spot right now. Looks like they are keeping lanes. They're not swapping top or bot yet.
And unlucky for them, a lot of the kill gold is going on to this Galio here. 2 kills for him is kind of not what you want to see necessarily.
Fiddlesticks is about to be so ahead. He's already a level ahead of Poppy, and he has an entire full clear of jungle.
But just gotta be careful there. I mean, luckily he cleared the wave in time, but that is pretty
Huge
scary.
rise damage.
They're gonna turn
You
here
will see
on
Thresh.
to
He does have
Chengi.
flash.
So he gets the flash off in time. Do they have enough damage to kill? The grand play! Hook, lantern, line and
And
sinker
he
and get it
lives.
out.
Really well played.
Well, wait,
Up,
maybe
does
the Q
land?
damage? No.
Really well played by Thresh. Did have to burn the flash there. Poppy does have to be careful here. Still no level 6 from Galio.
I mean, Thresh doesn't have it either, so both supports are
Very
kind
true.
of playing an interesting game right now. They don't want level 6. Level 6 is too OP. Why have that? For 12 minutes.
Huge XP and CS gap from Sivir and Jinx though.
Yeah, I think that's the saving grace right now for them. On the side of Froggy. Probably just trying to play through the Sivir, who is getting a lead naturally for themselves.
Rice does have Roa as well, so both their carries will have an XP lead eventually. Seeing top lanes beat on each other, it's such a funny matchup.
And Bori is setting up here.
If no vision, this could be huge. Poppy's on the other side of the map.
Oh, they do get the
very
vision.
late on that ulti.
Nice ward. Hook with just like an intuition that something was going on, and the ult gets nothing.
That is before dragon. They may have to give this dragon. TP from Malphite's up. Galio 6. No ulti from Fiddlesticks. They either just have to delay this or just give it.
And they're going to try to turn on to Bori. Nice W. Going to cancel on the Lancer. Bori forced the flash away, but he's a flash right into Fuse, who shows up, and I'm certain this will eventually be a Q. Wait, okay, flash smite in there for Bananasaur is
Flash
interesting. Smite will be back up in time, though, so I don't think Megadeth Rocket is still here.
We've seen a flash ignite and a flash smite already.
Yeah, Froggy Style is taking this game very seriously. Here comes the rocket in. Nearly stealing it. So close. Now they're going to try to look to punish this Jinx. They're going to flash on her. There's no flash on the Jinx. They're going to full commit, but the barrier's going to come out. Nanosaur's got to be very careful here. Dodges out the W. Nice Malphite ulti to keep the team safe. Now the question is, will he be able to get out? Nice.
Huge ulti. Thresh may go down here.
Yeah, they're going to turn on a Thresh
You
here.
do see the Rise ulti
Here comes
coming
the
in.
Rise coming in. Good night to the Jinx, and Froggy
Jinx
playing this
was
bot
not paying
lane fight.
attention.
No, not at all.
We
Big
did see the Nocturne ulti come from the top lane Nocturne right now. So
Yeah.
try to just deny vision.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Hook was next to everybody, so he could see them.
I don't know if you saw, but did you see the random flash from Malphite?
No, I did not. What
Yeah, it
happened?
was about 20 seconds ago. When they were chasing the Jinx, Malphite just flashed. I think he was looking for a flash ulti, but I think they pinged him off. But he just kind of flashed in place.
That's kind of hilarious. Well, saving grace in the top side, they were able to acquire.
This could
Oh,
be big.
Hero, no! Force the flash away. Beautiful usage of the spell shield, though. Now they're going to
Huge
turn on a Bori.
three-man
Bori's just
taunt.
going to die. This was a bait all along. Vibe check is crumbling as they are going to pick up 3 kills. But letting this flash as you might, I don't think it matters. The damage is there. Oh, my goodness.
This is going to be a very hard game to come back for. The only saving grace is they do have Fiddle ulti and Jinx reset.
Yeah,
So they still can end up winning these fights, but I feel like it's going to be very hard from now on. Sivir and Rice just keep getting these kills and all this XP and gold. I wonder if Nocturne can ever 1v1 Ryze in side lane. Ryze does have phase rush, so it'll be pretty hard.
I think it's about how the spell shield is used. If it's used to stop the W, whether it's a slow or a stun, maybe that's enough to stick to him. That's all I can come up with, though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find ways this Nocturne pick's going to be useful. But I guess in team fights, just like ulti on the Sivir and just see like how much you can soak up before your Jinx gets a reset. He is going a tankier build on this Nocturne.
Oh, nice pick here on a Bori. Reverter's coming out, but it's just not enough to be able to pick the kill as he gets the drain off. And now Poppy's going to find himself in a really bad spot. Gets feared up. Galio ult is going to come out, but it's not going to be enough. Bori is able to pick up the kill. Hook now. He might find himself in a bad spot. Fuse has showed up, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're just going to be able to drain him down. Wait a second. Unstoppable force. Say goodnight, Jinx. Wasn't looking at the map, and that's 2 kills now. Going over. Bori's going to flash him. Or not flash him, but Alton. Going to find himself dead. Everybody on red team is just dying.
Every single time I think this Jinx is just going to get her kill and just pop off on these fights. It always just gets completely flipped over. Ryze, Sivir, Galio, Poppy, Malphite is such a hard team comp if you're a Jinx. Jinx does have both sums up for this upcoming dragon, but I don't know if you can fight it, really. They won't have Galio ulti. Malphite ulti will come back if they delay it. They won't have Fiddle ulti. I think both teams just want to stall this dragon for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like this game is kind of ballooning out a bit similar to last game. So I really worry for vibe check here. Like you said,
They keep picking these scaling comps and they're just like not allowing them to Thresh just walks
nice heroic
flying into
charge.
a bush.
Shengi had no chance to survive. You guys keep asking who is this Thresh, but I think this Thresh is starting to ask who am I?
Might see Nocturne go down here too.
Possibly. Really, really nice W there coming out of Hook, but I don't think they're going to full commit.
Really good blue ward. Fiddlesticks cannot find a place to ulti.
Gotta kind of wonder, does Bori have anything left in the tank, man? Is Bori magic still a thing? Can he pull it out? Missing 3 members of his team. Gotta get the band back together here. A nice death sentence out of Chengi. They're gonna find the play here on the Hook. Hook should die, but he does get a nice W off. flashing away to live. Here comes in the Victor Apple to be able to secure the kid's kill, but huge Crow Storm's gonna find 3 members. Jinx getting the resets here. King is trying to kite it out, but I don't think he's able to survive. Nice flash in there, shut down. Holy moly there, Binky. I don't think that's what Froggy style wanted at all.
Big shutdowns on Nocturne Fiddlesticks. They might get rift in mid tower here. They might be trying to look to force Sivir, but I don't think it's that. I think Sivir might kill them all here.
Yeah, it depends on hero plays. He dodges the key ability so far. Spell Shield, though, coming out a little early. Does pick up a kill there on to the Ornn. Now Hero is just hitting as he might. Kill picked up there for Bananasaur as well. The Jinx does get the reset, but a flash in there.
And the bounce.
Oh,
the bounce
my
almost got
goodness.
thrashed too.
Bananasaur, does he have W? Okay, doesn't want it.
I think if you're red team here, you never go for that. You just go for that Rift Herald.
Yeah, they did break the mid
Or just take the fight and reset. They just keep taking these little wins and throwing them right after. Otacon will go to Team Blue here. And I don't like to call games early, but I feel like killing Sivir is just going to be really hard from now on.
I mean, look how hard it was to kill the Galio support. They had to send everything at the Galio just to finish the Galio off.
Really, really good team draft by Team Blue. It's just so hard to get on their carries. They have so much peel.
Do you want to force this Rift Hero fight? You're walking into a Fiddlesticks. Not something you'd like to do. But they seem to be interested in it.
They do have a lot of ultis up here.
And they're gonna drop the Sivir ulti.
No spell shield on Sivir.
Yeah, that could be pretty big. Herald is going to reset. Meanwhile, Malphite did pick up the turret. Here comes the Ornn.
They're looking at
landing
Sivir.
on a Hero,
No
but
flash.
Hero's gonna get all the peel he needs. Paranoia is coming out. Hero's going to die. Shut down for Bori. Now who's gonna be able to carry the fight? Hook is going to die next. Double kill going over to this Fiddlesticks. King is trying his best to run away. Should be okay here. But the Baron is not on the table, so it's just back to Herald.
Sivir got too excited. You can't walk up like that. Wasting spell shield. Just lets free ultis get on top of her.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake
Double
here.
TP
Oh,
bot.
they're gonna turn around to
There
this
is
Ornn. This Ornn is
Malphite.
dead. There's no chance he can live. Oh, never mind. He
Good
has flash.
flash.
I lie, but no, I
Wait,
think
Jinx
he still
is here.
dies. He does. Fuse flashes away.
Good flash from Malphite.
Yeah, they want to punish Ornn for that. They're like, you're not eating in onto this rise, man.
Both ADCs are very close to IE here. Sivir does have a full another item on Jinx though. But huge shutdown for Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks can completely turn the tides of these fights. He just has to find the right spot to get his ulti off.
Yeah, I think Bori's been kind of keeping this game playable for the most part. But now the question is, does that matter? He has the Seeker's Arm Guard now, so the next fight, he'll go to Zanya's, which is kind of huge.
Jinx does have flash, Sivir doesn't. No Galio ulti. Ornn's going to be back up with his ulti soon. I think you want to take this fight if you're Team Red pretty quickly.
Yeah, I just think if you're Blue, honestly, I don't think you fight this. Call me crazy, but I think it's not that important. Maybe you play for some more gold. It's kind of evened out. It's only 1k right now.
You're still ahead with damage if you're on Team Blue. I don't think you completely give this dragon, but I can see what you mean by just playing it safe. You gotta be careful
There's
here.
a nice death sense on a Bananasaur. Forces to lock it out, so this should be Drake now, if I had to guess.
Nocturne's just gonna keep abusing this Malphite. Malphite's gonna have to reset then TP.
Sivir's dropping the ulti here. They're gonna try to turn on a Changi. Changi looks like he's going to be caught. Flashes away though. Oh, and a huge Crow Storm once again into an Ornhorn. Big Megadeth Rocket, but has not picked up anybody yet. Nice Zanya's to keep himself
Huge
safe.
Hourglass.
Gets the double kill into the Lantern. He's gonna be able to walk out with Ignite burning. Now all that's left are the carries and Bananasaur, but I don't think it's enough. They're going to try to catch on to this Poppy. Zap
I
does
am
land.
loving this Nocturne. I keep seeing this Nocturne just sideline. He's just ulting before he gets there just to deny vision for this Fiddlesticks to get his fear off. Yeah, I didn't even think about the Fiddlesticks Nocturne combo.
Ooh, Bananasaur is trying to find his way in. He doesn't have the Keeper's Verdict. He's going to be zoned off. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Baron is going to spawn in 30 seconds to keep your life. I think he makes the right decision.
Yeah, going into this game, I thought the Nocturne ulti was more for the Galio, but I didn't even think about the Fiddle Nocturne combo, because Fiddlesticks can get his fear from anywhere. It doesn't matter if there's a ward in it. So yeah, Nocturne's just going to sit sideline and just like put pressure on the map. We could see Sivir go down here. Nocturne does have Frozen Heart.
Oh, the Sivir uses Spell Shield on basically nothing. Here comes the Galio ulti. That's a big cooldown used here for Hook to save his AD carry. Ooh, Bananasaur almost getting hit by that death sentence.
Well, yeah, back to the Nocturne pick. Nocturne can just sit sideline the entire game and just press ulti before the team fights happen, guaranteeing a fear ulti from Fiddle.
Yeah, I really think if you're Froggy style, similar to how you've been playing most of the fights prior to, you do not want to walk into them like that. Like, you want to play it slow. If you get first setup, that's great. But you do not want to face check into the Fiddlesticks. You get such nice setups off of that. And to point it out, like you said, you also include the Nocturne, allowing the free fear. It's just kind of a really nice combo. So if they can find a pick on Bori, that's fine. If they can find a pick on a Chengi by himself, that's also fine. But you do not want to force anything, I think.
Yeah, I am just surprised that it took me so long to figure out the reason for this Nocturne pick, and also lets Fiddlesticks to use his effigies like for more like wards than just denying vision to enemies for himself. Like you can just see Fiddlesticks put his effigies like everywhere around the map. You usually can't do that on Fiddle.
Yeah, this really is a Jinx comp, by the way. I mean, of course, Bori is like going to do damage, but this Nocturne build is very tanky. He's not going
Very
for any
tanky.
damage, really.
I think he's playing strictly to not die side lane. Because as long as he keeps putting pressure at the side lane, then I think Team Red just has advantage in the 4v4s. So you need Malphite there, you need Rise there for damage, you need Malphite for peel and engage. It's like really hard to send someone side lane for Nocturne.
And
Without Nocturne, Team Red still has all the damage, all the engage, all the CC that they need to win these 4v4 fights.
Oh, nice Keeper's Verdict there. They're going to try to go onto this Thresh. But unfortunately, Bananasaur's all by himself. But does keep the mid lane turret alive. I don't know how much that really matters, but maybe less gold on Jinx is good.
Without popping ulti, you could arguably play this Baron a little bit. Not just full on start it, but you can definitely play to like get complete control of the side of the map. Because without Poppy ulti, it's really hard to win the 50-50. Poppy does not have a good smite combo. But I think right now they're just playing for this Jinx to get gold. Almost an entire, actually a full item behind Sivir.
Oh, they're going to try to turn onto this Thresh. Popping the Sivir ult. I feel like Froggy's not so quick to pull the trigger on some of these plays, and I feel like they just need to play it slower.
I think they need to play off Malphite ulti. Definitely need to deny the Ornn ulti. Yeah, my team may steal this Nocturne Fiddle combo. I do really like this. Definitely gonna look for it in our upcoming game.
Stealing it sounds crazy, by the way.
I mean, it's working.
I mean, it's working.
can't hate on it. It's working very well.
sure any members of Hidden Leaf are in the chat, so I don't know if they know. Might be able to get away with the tech without them knowing.
Might be able to sneak one. Realistically, I'm just trying to like get other things banned other than LeBlanc, but I don't know if that's ever gonna work out. Yeah, I'm gonna play Malphite mid now.
Honestly, it's playable.
It is.
Oh, look at this
Fiddle
setup
does have
here
a
from
really
Bori.
good
Bori
angle
has
here.
Such a nice setup. Nice death sentence here. Comes the Crow Storm. Only going to find one person. Nice Keeper's Verdict, though. Knocking the Fiddlesticks out. Oh, Victor Apple finds himself in a really, really bad spot. He is tanky, though. Oh, a huge unstoppable force into the Galio ulti is going to knock up all the members here. A flash in. Down goes the Jinx. There's no more damage on red side. This is going to be a complete wipe. Bori finding himself getting double killed by King. Oh my goodness, Binky. What an engage. What a setup.
Insane team fight from Froggy there. From the Poppy ulti to the Galio combo on the Jinx. It was wow. That might just be game here. That might be another 2-0.
Yes, unfortunately, no matter what, Bori did try, but he didn't have the boys today. And for the first time in 2 splits, Bori Magic will not be enough. Vibe Check is out of the playoffs. Congratulations to Froggy Style. You overcame the odds. And you're going to have a date with Destiny against Instinct in round 2.
That's actually going to be a fun matchup, Froggy versus Instinct.
Yeah, but I absolutely agree.
We've played Instinct a couple of times. Their weakest part is their team fights. They have really good players and they're really good side lane. They're really good in lane, but I think Froggy plays team fights way better than Instinct. That's gonna be a very fun game to watch.
What a crazy take! Isn't this like your first time ever seeing Froggy play?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, every team fight has just been insane by them. They played it like almost perfectly every single time.
Agreed. Well, you feeling like maybe interviewing a couple of Froggy?
Of course.
All right, let's message them and see if they're interested. Where?
Personally, for me, Hook is the MVP for these here games. Hook played amazing both games.
Can Froggy be the God Killers? Let's find out next week. Yeah, I mean, they've already started off by taking down Bori, so who knows? All right, looks like we're gonna get Hook in here. He did come on the show, so it makes the most sense. He seems to be the one that's most comfortable with talking. Hey, what's going on, Hook?
Yo, man, what's up?
Not much, man. You got Binky here with us as well. So I'll start off with a question for you. How does the win feel, man? You predicted it. You said the 2-0 on the show. So how do you feel?
I mean, it feels all right, but like we just knew it would happen. Like I told you guys, it's gonna be a 2-0, and it wasn't particularly close.
Yeah, I think the subs hurt them a little bit there, not having the rest of the team there. It did affect some things, but I do think you guys came out regardless and played really, really well in both games. Let me start with Binky, though, having some questions about actual games. Do you have any particular ones, whether it's game 1 or game 2, you'd like to ask Hook?
I always like to ask when I see a Galio flex, was it a flex pick or were y'all just like going to run it support regardless of what's going to happen?
Oh, it was a 100% a flex pick.
Gotcha. Well, I think personally, you were an MVP for these 2 games. I think you played team fights very, very well. What can you say about the enemy team and how they played into your team?
I think they played fine. I mean, they don't really play like traditional, and we kind of knew if they pick like these weird mid lane picks, we were just gonna roll them. Like we said it before it even started. And so game 1, they can't really play traditional. They tried it. We kind of just clapped them, and then game 2 they tried to pick these picks, and they don't work. Not against us.
Wow. Well, I
I
mean,
did really like the Nocturne Fiddle combo. That was really interesting to see play out. But I
I
think
mean,
he
it's a
played it.
funny cheese, but I mean, you
Yeah.
might get us a couple times, but it's not going to win you a game.
I think the only issue with it is I think Nocturne can't really solo kill anyone on side lane.
Not when he goes full tank.
No. What was your thoughts on the Senna pick? I know people have been playing Senna ADC a lot recently. It's the first time I've personally seen it play out. Were y'all like worried about it, or did you know how to play into it, like going into the game?
I mean, we definitely know how to play into it, but to be honest, we got Zyrakan, and we just knew that we were going to hard win the lane no matter what. Um, so, I mean, we weren't too worried about it. We knew we could scale up, but our whole plan was just let's just roll them before they can scale, and that's what happened.
yeah, that's definitely what happened. Though I want to ask, you guys did not fight a lot early on in that lane. Was there any particular reason? Like, I
In
mean,
which lane? The Zyrakan lane?
yeah, you guys went in like I want to say like maybe one time really. Other than that, it was off a gank maybe, but like 2v2, like you guys definitely win that early. So I'm just curious if there was like a reason that didn't happen.
I don't know if I necessarily agree. I think that we fought them. We weren't killing them, but they just have a lot of sustain, and we knew like every time we went in, we took a solid trade, and so we were just getting up in minions, turret damage. I got to roam mid and kill mid lane, so it's not all about just killing them.
No, 100%. It's definitely not all about killing them. It just seemed like you guys weren't as aggressive as I thought you'd be in that lane. Like you said, you were taking some trades, but I definitely expected a little more aggression from you guys that I didn't really see, which is not a bad thing. Like you said, you got the minions. You're able to secure that for sure. Just something I was curious about is all.
Yeah, I think there was also some threat of a Trundle gank at one point, so we were just not trying to run it down.
Yeah, and that brings me to another good question here. Trundle, how do you guys as a team feel about Trundle as a jungler? Because I was saying to Binky here that I think it's really not even a jungler anymore. But we all know about historically being a counter to Sejuani. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have a take on it? Like, did you guys expect them to pull out the Trundle there? Like, what is your feeling on that?
I mean, anytime you first pick Sejuani, there's a chance. And so there was definitely in the back of my mind, like, hey, they could do it. But the way that the comps worked out, he really couldn't play. Like, even if he ulted Sejuani, he'd just get zoned by Nivea walls and stuff. So we weren't really worried about it.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Binky, do you have any more questions for him?
I do gotta ask. I think both games, you guys did like throw the fight at third dragon or fourth dragon, and did get it stolen.
Mhm.
What were the comms like after that? Like, were y'all like more careful going into these team fights, or were y'all still confident with y'all's lead?
I think that, sometimes when we're winning a game like that, it can, you start to get ahead of yourself a little bit. And then, you get punched in the mouth a little bit, and then you just like, okay, let's calm down, let's lock back in, and we're going to win this game. We know what we're doing.
Well, I think now it's like the real question. How are y'all feeling going into Team Instinct?
I mean, we're not worried about anybody. We think we're the best team here. I think it shows in our gameplay, so we're not worried.
I like the confidence a lot.
I do too. I think you guys do match up well into each other.
Also,
The
I want to
hardest part
say,
about Team Instinct is they're a mid laner, and I
I want
think
to
y'all's
say,
mid lane is really good.
you guys were definitely had great predictions with the 2-0, by the way. I think it was amazing. Really great predictions. So it was definitely a close one.
Yeah, I think you guys just draft diff them like super hard both games. You guys have a really good draft for both of the games. I like both of them.
And for clarification, I didn't ever predict a 2-0. I predicted a 2-1. So you're talking to CLT by the way to talk on
Still wrong.
that. But I also said it would be close between you two. So hey, you can't completely hate on me. Hate more on CLT, right? He's the one that was hard picking them. He should get in this chat right now and say something, but he's not going to. But yeah, you proved us wrong, and I'm happy you guys did. I think it was a great series. It was fun to watch. I do think that both games were much closer than you might feel from watching it from me and Bingy's point of view. But you guys definitely had the winning condition in both games, and played that expertly throughout the game. So I definitely want to say congratulations and wish you luck in your next match. But that's pretty much all I got. Binky, anything else before we let the hook
Uh,
go? Enjoy it. Pop the champagne.
I mean, unless Hook has any final statements or questions about his team, enemy team, or Team Instinct.
Yeah, I'll just say keep doubting us, keep picking against us, and we'll just keep fucking 2-0ing people, 3-0ing people. We don't care who we play. We're the best team here.
All right.
Love that.
Well, you've heard it here first.
Oh.
So, Don, wherever
Oh,
you're at,
then
man, you've heard it from this guy.
I guess my team's gonna see Team Froggy in the final.
I guess so. That's
If
the
you get there.
that's the vibe. I'll see you guys soon. Don't worry.
Mhm.
All right, Hook. Well, go enjoy the victory, man. I'll let you get on out of here. Okay.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
You too. All right. Well, that was Hook from the Team Froggy. Definitely feeling
Team
himself.
Vibe Check has anyone that wants to say some final words since they are departing from the rest of the tournament?
I don't see anybody in there. I mean, I guess I could ask them if they're feeling up to it. Let's see. I've never really asked if somebody who's lost to come out, but I will do it for the sake
Yeah.
of it for you, Binky. I'll see.
Thank you.
Because I do.
I mean, I definitely think it's fair to ask for like if they get like eliminated or something, because I mean, it's not like they're gonna have a chance to say anything else for the rest of the way through. Let them have their final words.
Yeah, I'm asking Bori now. You know, he hasn't suffered a defeat yet, so this is the first time he's lost.
Was this the first game of the playoffs? Trying to remember. I don't think there was another game for the playoffs that happened yet.
Yeah.
Was the first
So this was the first one. Yes, it was the first one. There is a match on Saturday and there's a match on Sunday, and then we're still waiting on your match.
I think ours is going to be tomorrow.
Oh, that's hilarious! Just back to back to back to back. Well, I will try to jump on for Friday one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got a busy day at work tomorrow, so we shall see. But
Yeah,
um,
our team's very busy, and I think this will be our last game with our jungler
oh,
because he's going on vacation, so we'll have to figure out something to do with that
oh yeah.
going forward.
Good luck, I guess, on that one. Well, guys, I think that's it from me and Binky. I want to say thank you to him for jumping on the cast. You know, he talks a lot in the rec chat a lot, so actually getting to have a little bit of a person-to-person conversation, I will say you're definitely more of a relaxed guy than you give off sometimes.
Oh, it's always fun to be in here,
Yeah.
and especially if we are ever watching a team that I know some of the players, and like me and CLT were watching my team versus another team because I couldn't play that day, and Ryuka was subbing in for me, and the entire time I just got to flame him. It was beautiful. He played Annie,
Yeah, that was
but
definitely a funny game. They won though, didn't they, on the Annie pick?
yeah, we 2-0'd, we 2-0'd.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't 2-0, but my team 2-0'd.
All right. Well, time to close out the stream then. So again, thank you guys all for coming out to watch. Look out for the game tomorrow. It sounds like it's going to happen. Femboys versus Hidden Leaf. If not, Saturday there is definitely a game happening, and that is gotta think right now. My brain is Vancouver versus UAFS. Vancouver Impact Challengers versus UAFS. And then Sunday will be the match of the week, guys. Coin flip versus Small Brain No Mechanics. Definitely, that's the highlight.
Ooh, that's
match.
gonna be a fun one.
So, thank you all again, and we will talk to you guys soon. GG.